Just when we thought we were getting a nice bounce in the market and prepping for this next move to the upside, nope, we got a little bit of a pushback down. What we dealt with over the last 24 and 48 hours or so was some pretty large, long leverage liquidations. Once again, it's been the very recurring theme as the week has progressed. And what I will say here is, despite that, we actually have a very exciting launch that is taking place for Ripple today. And we're going to talk about that, how this can actually affect XRP price, what we might be looking at moving forward here in terms of the charts as well. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I forgot to mention earlier today in several of my other videos that today is tariff day. Today is the day that tariffs go live and the markets are just kind of dealing with that news and they're going through their fits. And, unfortunately, we tipped into the long positions rather than the short positions. Obviously, tariffs have had this kind of impact on the market for quite some time. Do I expect this to be like most of the year? No. The market has grown pretty well immune to this. So this is more so kind of that manipulation and market makers moving things around at the end of the week in preparation for that, right? So right now, what we're seeing is XRP currently sit at about $2.95, not making a whole lot of movements. We have done a full reset like everything else in the crypto market, 0-0 on stochastic RSI on both the line itself and the signal line. And we're just kind of prepping for this next move to the upside. What does actually give me just a little bit of confidence here is, again, BTC dominance is still sitting below that 20-day moving average. Although this has been an ascending week for BTC dominance, it's not a very large move. We've moved from about 61% or so to about 61.95%. So this is more of like a BTC dominance dead cat bounce more than anything. Not saying it can't go higher, but now we're just waiting obviously for BTC to make a move, and that might in fact trigger the rest of the market to follow. We'll just have to watch and wait and see what happens here. Now, that being said, we do actually have something very good taking place for XRP today, and this can affect the future price of XRP. We have seen the official launch of the XRP Ledger Institutional Tokenization Program today. And what this says is this milestone could mark a major shift in how assets are moved and managed globally, placing XRP in direct competition with legacy banking systems. So yeah, this is a very big deal. And actually there was a comment made by Ripple saying that their expected tokenized assets to grow to $19 trillion by 2033. Many of these projections have been very high. We've been hearing 16 trillion by 2030. We've been hearing potentially 30 trillion by that point. So either way, we're talking about the tens of trillions of dollars in the not so distant future. Now, this is a really big deal because obviously, XRP is already using cross-border settlement, but if you can tap into some of these big institutional players and bringing things like, real estate and vehicle titles and stuff like that to the blockchain and doing it through XRP Ledger, that is where we really have an opportunity to grow and see even further demand for XRP. Guys, further demand for XRP, what does that do to price? It's very simple. The more demand you have with the same amount of supply or similar amount of supply, tends to move price to the upside. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that, but what we're seeing right now is just the surface being scratched in this regard. There is not this big tokenization that's taking place currently. Many entities, whether that be institutions or enterprises, they're kind of in this fact-finding phase. They're very early on. What we're also not seeing is big use of this by retail yet. It will be pushed to the masses. People will be adopting this in a big way. So this is something that can in fact affect XRP price long term. So it's a pretty darn big deal. All right. So what I will say here is we're still kind of at this time where these dips, they're temporary. They don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We have a lot of time left and a lot of movement left in this market cycle before it's all over. I see a lot of people get bearish and negative and the sentiment kind of fill into the space. It's always what happens right before times get exciting. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate you as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.